Hello everyone, and welcome to this unboxing video for Kingdom Death Monsters 10th year anniversary stuff! Yay! So this stuff over here is actually the only 10th anniversary stuff, and this is a Death High model. We've got 3 things in total here, clearly. So let's get to this, starting with the Death High model, which is the Death High Dragon Sacrifice, which, if I'm correct, is based off a model that isn't really anything that's part of the game. It's more part of the world itself. So, but regardless. So, as per usual, we've got a small art card. But before I get to anything else, this is a first run print! Yay! Number 342. Woo! Pointless arbitrary stuff! She's the one space model. And here is her large art card. And onto the model herself. She appears to be 4 pieces. Her arm looked like it was part of the bag for a bit, and then I remembered, oh yeah, that's on the other side. So here is majority of her. Trying to stand in a somewhat daintily position with a big giant winter coat and the usual Death High look otherwise. And I think she's trying to be more subversive, which makes more sense once you see her weapon. Because just like the Twilight Knight, the Dragon Sacrifice here has a weapon that's clearly not even meant to be subtle. Like something that is not really a weapon or has some other use in the school. But before we get to that, we have her bag, which is really difficult for me to hold. Oh, there we go. Her hand is on it, and it's got this interesting symbol on the back, along with strap and everything. Well, that might not be a symbol. That might actually be a hidden pair of brass spiked knuckles. Then we've got her head with remnants of the dragon crown that she wears. And last is her hand and forearm. I mentioned the forearm specifically because, well, as much as it's hard to see and get this to zoom in, that little bit jutting out is a wrist blade going out like this, and her hand's out like that. So, all Assassin's Creed style. So, she's trying to be subtle, but not so much. Alright. So, that's her in all of her entirety. Oh, gotta be careful with those. This is, I think, the second model that they've put out that was a Death Ray model available, as they refer to it. But honestly, there's less of those than there are first print runs, so it's just like those were sold out when first print runs were, and I was like, okay. I understand why people like them, but honestly, the photo resin is still better than the regular resin in terms of durability. So, yeah. Then on to some 10th anniversary stuff. Starting with the 10th anniversary white speaker, which is honestly a new version of the original Kingdom Death model. So, we've got some mechanic stuff here, art cards, model. First, let's get to the art stuff. I don't know why this is in a brown box either. Alright, so it is as listed, a reimagining of the very first Kingdom Death miniature. The 10th anniversary white speaker is a special token celebrating 10 years of survival. And it's on a card similar to the first run cards, but it's the certificate of numbered authenticity kind of thing. It even has the same back as the first run cards, just in it's in red, just like the logo. And 3,327. There were 5,000 of these. I'll get to this in a bit because that's actually mechanics. And here is her art card. Now, from what I could tell from the website and the images involved, this is one of those models where the cape is not necessarily, like, the completed model is not necessary to complete the model. I'll explain that in a bit. But first off, she is also a one-space model. And here she is in her entirety. But she is basically intended to be completed with or without her cape. I may actually magnetize it, but I don't know. So, we've got... Is that her head? No. Where is her head? I'm actually a little lost and confused here. She's just all over the place. We've got her body here, one, if not, either the cloak in two pieces or two separate cloaks, her legs, her breasts, woo, a lantern hanging from a piece of cloth, some extra thing. I think that's supposed to be her face. That one there. But it looks incomplete, and there's other things all over the place. Ooh, that one looks like it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to put together. But then we have the mechanics. Strain system and story of blood. It actually comes with a small little booklet. Oh, not a booklet. Just unfolding thing. It re-explains the strain system. It's the 1.1 version, so the explanation you get in Echoes of Death 2. And then Story of Blood. Alright, so it's another strain thing. So it was explaining the strain in general, and then it's a fighting art that has 4 different levels to it. And we'll fighting art back at that. And a strain milestone to put it into play called Plot Twist, which is basically you've done White Speaker 3 different times in one campaign. Because I think you can only do each of the stories once per campaign. And it adds Story of Blood. So it gives you a 4th one, and then when you do it, it looks like it's meant to give you this, which is an evolving fighting art. I'm not going to get too much detail into this, because it's various little parts. If you would like me to go over this in more detail, I will. I'll probably throw in other things as well, because this isn't that long, but there's a lot of other white box model stuff I could put in. Regardless, let's get that all put away and get to the bigger thing. That being the 10th Anniversary Survivor Box. It is specifically referred to as 10th Anniversary Survivors. Alistair, Lucy, Zachary, and Ezra celebrating a decade of survival. So the 4 starting survivors, basically in a Lantern Year 10-4. I found out before actually getting around to filming this box cover can be completely random amongst the 4. And while I don't really care which one I got, I'm still okay with this. It's not the one I would have preferred, but at the same point in time, it's a box cover. Let's get into this. No. Whoa, cards everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to start with their art cards. I cannot remember which one's which. In fact, every time I try to post anything about these guys involving working on their models, I have to spend like a good 10 minutes figuring out whose name is which. But here are the 4, and this is pretty much how their models look, and it's the same images that would be used for the cover of the box. Because, this is the one I would have preferred, honestly. But I'm not going to, again, I'm not complaining. I just thought I'd state that in case people were wondering. Then on to the many models, because it is 4 models. They're all single space. I'm not going to bother grabbing the bases out of this and making a potential mess of it. But this is very akin to Echoes of Death kind of thing, where it's like, here's 4 models, some mechanics. Although there's a lot more mechanics in this. Oh, okay, one of them is actually just poking through the bag. Okay, and here we are. They all have unique bases. I don't even, nope. It didn't even come with toppers for them, because, again, they're right there. One of which has a bit more, actually 2 of them at least. And you can find all of them in there, sort of. My guess is they're kind of sectioned off from the center here. but it's all over the place. One has a spear, one has a pair of axes, another one has a pair of daggers, and another one has a longsword. I don't know who would get that or where that might go. This will be an interesting one to put together. I'm still on kind of a break from working on Kingdom Death Monster. Not that I want to avoid it, I just have so many other things I need to work on. Not that I won't do these if people would like to see them, but that's pretty much what it would take for me to get around to doing them right now as opposed to other things I'm working on. So, on to some mechanics. We have finally the introduction of the pattern system. Pattern cards represent the ingenuity of survivors. Explains all the details, creating a deck, gaining a pattern card when it reaches insight, which I don't even know if we can do yet, and building the deck is blatantly just whichever ones that you could potentially make based on what you've chosen for your campaign are the ones in the deck. If they require monsters you don't have in your campaign, just take them right out. We've got what look to be 8 different item cards and 6 patterns. Something feels off with the card stock with these, but whatever. Okay, so it looks like 3 of the 4 weapons from them are involved. A shield, a circlet, looks like it's probably meant to be an upgrade to the cat's eye circlet, and key vault earrings. Interesting. So these do actually state what they require, and other than the circlet, none of them require any monsters, and this one requires the white lion, which currently is a required inclusion. You don't have a way other than just deciding not to, inherently to not have it around. Doesn't say anything about how to gain the insights here, though, but there are different things across the bottom of just, like, stuff. So it's kind of described on how you go about making them, but these are actually just further requirements on the bottom, not just the things here, which are the actual requirements for making them. And they've got the gear on itself has pattern gear, and that's a number on the back. Ooh, hey, there it goes. Corresponding to the number that's on the card. So, I don't even know if this is doable, but okay, I see why there's 8 here. There are some paired ones, like the axes and the daggers are paired. So, for the most part, these look like all sorts of, like, some of them are very unique things, like the earrings are basically ignore disorder, while the circlet is kind of the reverse. It's basically figure out a hit location in advance. It's kind of odd. Also, that could be bad because it doesn't say you may, it says use one of these. But otherwise, the weapons are, well, there's the shield, which is a shield that can gain sharp, which is kind of just like, okay. Also frail. But the weapons themselves are very much make the specialization that you can have for these better. So it's dagger, axe, and spear. Alright, that's everything in these boxes. Just like with the white speaker, if people would like me to go over the Survivor 10th anniversary stuff in more detail, please ask. I can make it the same video, in fact. That would be enough. For now, that's all. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press that like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy this, feel free to share this video. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press that dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, such as, again, do you want me to go over this stuff in more detail? Do you want to see any of these models painted? Or any other models that I've unboxed on this channel, be that for Kingdom Death or not? Do you want to see more stuff about Kingdom Death? I'm still trying to get around to the detailed overviews for Kingdom Death. I've got a lot more videos to go, with the hunt table coming up next, and that's going to be one long video, and it's going to take a long time to do. So, if you'd like to see more like this, be it more unboxing videos, my board game overviews, or my painting videos, and anything else that I might do on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.